Hello everyone and welcome back to the Just Vanilla server. Nieblue here, and I want to thank everybody for joining me in this episode. This is going to be episode 8. We're going to go over a few things here, but first of all, check out that view. This is the new building we built in the last episode, and the iron farm looks amazing from this building. But thank you for joining me, everybody. We're going to go over a couple things here. If you haven't checked out episode 7, please go check it out. We had a special guest on our last episode. King Reptar came over and we did a little recording together. Had a great time. We built this building specifically for him, and our plans were originally to have a smelter right in this area right here. But then after designing it, I thought, man, these walls are gorgeous. I don't want to block them with a smelter. I mean, the smelter's pretty big. I didn't want to do away with that. So what I ended up doing was adding this room down here. And the walls will change down here too. As a matter of fact, I may even replicate the walls so it kind of looks mirrored. That would be pretty neat. I think that'd be actually really cool. But that's going to be a future one. Man, it's amazing what kind of ideas you have while you're in the middle of recording. It makes me sit there and think. So anyways, you can see a smelter down here. That thing works great. I want to thank you again, King Reptar, for coming out here and building that for me. And once again, thank you for joining me on my episode. It definitely was fun. And hopefully here in the future we can do some more together. This floor up here is going to become an armory. We'll do some detailing out on that in a later episode. Get some armor stands out here. You can see the ones I got up there, but we're going to get some armor stands out here in a place maybe to put some tools, things like that. It's going to look really neat in here, but that's not our plan for today. I'll get to the plan here in a minute. The other thing I want to talk about was my glass. If you go back and watch my episode 7, you'll notice throughout the episode the glass in my base is clear and it's borderless. I like it that way. It's a cleaner look. It gives it a flawless look. I mean, this looks like just one big sheet of glass is what it looks like. So I like it that way. But there towards the end of the episode, you'll notice it has borders. Every single cube of glass has borders on it. And I actually did not catch it till I was sitting down enjoying a nice beverage, watching a little TV. And I decided to pop on there and watch my episode after I had gotten loaded up, just to make sure everything looked great. And I noticed the borders. So I immediately got up and ran to the game and loaded in. And sure enough, I had borders all over my glass. And I could not figure out why. Took me a little bit. And then I remembered we updated to 1.12.2. Well, when you update, there's things that you include on your game, or at least I include on my game, that have to update as well with the game. Otherwise, you can't use them. And Optifine was one of those. Optifine had not been updated to 1.12.2, so I was not using it there towards the end of my episode. And so therefore, all my glass had borders on it. And it looked really bad. At least to me, it looked really bad. But as you can tell now, I have Optifine back. Light Loader finally updated to 1.12.2 as well. The only thing I'm still missing is Voxel Map. If you look up in the right-hand corner, I do not have Voxel Map up right now, and that is because they have not updated. So we'll get that in the future. I've played Minecraft quite a bit without it. It's not a necessity for me. We'll be fine without it, but eventually we'll get it again because it was helpful. So our plan today is going to be back here. This room, when we left episode 7, was filled with water. And as you can see right now, it is no longer filled with water. You can see the massive stone brick walls and all that fun stuff. I had to put sea lanterns up there because we had creepers spawning in those corners, and that was not a fun situation. I put some chests over here on this wall, some chests over here on this wall, and once again, another thing, if you watch episode 7, at the beginning of the episode, I said these were going to be for iron. These were going to be for poppies. And then at the end of the episode, I said these were going to be for iron, and these were going to be for poppies. Come on, Nieblue, make up your mind. Really? I know that's what people were saying. Make up your freaking mind, Nieblue. So to clarify, this is going to be iron. It's the closest one to the entrance into the iron farm area. And this is going to be poppies and whatever else. And reason I say that is because this is Minecraft, ladies and gentlemen. You never know. You literally never know. For whatever reason, some mob might spawn up there and fall down here and catch on fire and die, and basically that's what's going to end up happening. So we're going to make this a sorted system. What's going to happen is we're going to have a nice little dispenser here, spit out everything. It'll go across an ice track right here around to the back where the iron will get sorted out and placed into these chests, and then whatever's left over is going to go right over here. And like I said, that's why I say whatever else, but it should be all poppies, but you never know. Anything else that comes through will go in here as well. So I kind of overkilled it with chests, but I'd rather have overkill than not enough kill, if you know what I mean. I'd rather not be sitting here all day long trying to empty out all these chests because I'm overflowing with iron. As you can see right now, the iron farm is moving pretty good. I've got that, and then I've got this right here, and then it also helps that there's not a whole lot of people online right now. So that's our plan. I've got some shulker boxes right here with some materials in it. Got some glass, some packed ice, some stone bricks, some cobblestone fences, stairs, sea lanterns. I've got my redstone shulker box, and then I've got some glass shulker boxes. So we're going to basically do some redesigning of these walls, make them look pretty. I'm probably going to do something different with this area. It'll probably get redesigned, but I think eventually this is going to be a doorway into another base area, another area of the base. And that's so that will eventually get changed around. But we're going to redesign this room and make it look better than what it currently looks like. It looks like I started playing Minecraft yesterday. So we'll get it fixed up and we'll make it look good. Right now what I've got to do is I've got to go repair some tools. I have yet to do that. And with the amount of people online, I'm almost guaranteed that nobody's in the end. So I'm going to go repair at the end farm instead of using my skeleton farm and get that taken care of quickly. And then we will be back, okay? So be right back, everyone. Hang tight. All right, and we are back. I know I said we were going to do the redstone on the recording, but unfortunately that tends to take a while, and I don't want this to be a super long video. So I'm going to walk you through what I've already done so far. We're going to start down in here. As you can see, I've laid packed ice on the ground here with some water lines. This is what's going to take the items down here. This is the first hopper. This is a separator. It'll separate the iron from the poppies, and it'll go through and it'll come through here, and right here you've got an item elevator. I don't need a super fast tick, so you can see I've got a comparator, a repeater, and then a redstone circuit there that will continuously fire off this dropper as the items come up to it, and then it'll go way up to the top there. Poppies will travel right along here, come down this line, and once again I've got the same setup. The poppies will go in this hopper right here, and they'll come out of this dropper and go right the way up. So let's get back down this tunnel, and thank goodness for Depth Strider 3, because this would be a pain in the butt if I didn't have it. So that is going to be that as far as, let me get up, maybe. There we go. I'm up. Okay. Let's place that right there. And then if we come out the back here, you'll see I've got the little glass elevators. They come right the way up the top. The items will pop up right through here. They'll come around the corner and they'll just slowly drop in these hoppers. Now, it's random. It may go into one chest. It may go into another chest, but the point being is it's sorted. That's the big thing. I wanted it to be sorted. The poppies, same thing. It'll come up through here, go around, and it'll drop into these hoppers. And as they fill up, the chest and the hoppers fill up, it'll move to the next one, and so on and so on. So I don't plan on I don't plan on these getting full, but you never know. It is a lot of chests though, so it may not get full. It probably will not get full. So let's get back around to this area right here. Catch a breath of air. What we're gonna do real quick is we've got to set up the dispenser. Okay, and basically what we're doing is we're spitting. I'm gonna have to get down this water again. We are gonna be spitting the items down into this water stream, so that way they can flow down the water stream to be sorted. So we're gonna go right there with the dispenser. Okay, and we're gonna come around here, and this is where I need to do the same type of circuit. I don't like this. We're gonna do the same type of circuit. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I already had some items dropping in there. We are going to go one more hopper down, like so, and then we're gonna do the dispenser, like so. Okay. And I don't see any items going in there just yet. Alright, just like the other one. Oh, I got a bunch of items in there. Bunch of items in there. Didn't plan that placement out very well, did I? Alright, we're going to... Man, I don't want to break this and lose all my items. Let me take that. Let me take... Alright, we're going to dirty up these shulker boxes. I'm just going to have to place items wherever I can to get them cleared out. So let's do this, this. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. The rest of that I really don't care about. So let's break this up. Let's place these items in here. Get rid of some. Okay. Now, the reason why I did that is because I do need to pick up my shulkers. Because I'm going to need them out of the way. Alright, so we're going to do this, and we're going to basically do that same little circuit we did a second ago, but this is going to be visible. So what I want to do is make it out of stone brick. So let's lay some stone brick down here. Oops, did not mean to do that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, circuit, redstone. Alright, so once again we're going to place a comparator right here, repeater, redstone dust going right the way around, and we're going to put a repeater right here, and that's going to go right there. Okay, so that's going to complete that circuit, and basically what will happen is, see if I can get some iron and some poppies. I don't want to put too many in there. Let's go right here, put some iron in there, let's put some poppies in there, but you'll see these items will start spitting out, and they will go as soon as they catch up. There some go. There goes the iron, there goes the poppies, and you can hear the elevator on that. Like we're about to have another iron golem drop. So Let's watch this real quick. And it's a success. Good job. Alright, I'm going to finish this up, make it look a little bit prettier, then we're going to start working on the walls. So I will be right back. Alright, and we're back. What we've got here, I've encased the circuit with glass, and I've kind of reduced it a little bit. Instead of coming all the way out here to the edge with the redstone, I brought it down here, placed the repeater right there. As you can see, it's working. It's sending an update through the block to the dispenser, which is making it spit out the items. So it made it a little bit smaller redstone circuit there. This is probably going to make a couple of y'all mad. It is off-centered, but it is what it is, and it works. That's the main thing. I wanted this to be showcased, and that's why I completely encased it in glass there. It's just an AFK room for me, but when somebody comes in here, I want them to be able to see what's going on. This is our corners. This is what I came up with. I hope everybody likes it. I haven't come up with anything for these flat areas yet, or for around the chest. I'm still working on that, but I really wanted this room to represent iron, since it is an iron farm. So what I did was I took some dark blue stained glass and threw some sea lanterns in there, threw some light blue stained pane glass in order to kind of break up the dark blue. Some like I said, iron, some iron bars and sea lanterns, and then of course anvils. If anything represents iron, it's going to be anvils. It definitely takes a lot of iron to make an anvil. So I thought that would be neat, kind of like a pillar of anvils to hold up this little corner. And then of course I wrapped it around with the cobblestone stairs to kind of finish it off. Our flooring is going to be half slabs because of course half slabs are non-spawnable if they're upside down half slabs. So that's what we're going with there, to prevent this from being a spawnable room. We'll work on this part here in a little bit, but I had another idea I wanted to throw out there. It just popped in my head, and I want to get y'all's comments on this idea. Let me know what you think. I'm going to throw it out there, like I said. And of course, if y'all have any ideas yourselves of what I could do in this space, definitely give me your own ideas, because I may just plop it in here in this underwater city of mine. But first of all, look at that. That is awesome. I love the way this is turning out. It looks great. It definitely looks like a nice little underwater city for sure. So my idea was, let me jump up here and get some air. I had talked about on this wall right here, we were going to possibly open a door right here to another area of the base. And my idea is to come off of this area right here and build kind of like a almost rectangular shape, but more oval than rectangular. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of like a dive room, a way to get into the water without having to break a brick and walk in, or go all the way up to the top of this and jump in, that kind of thing. Some movies have had them, like Abyss. It's real old movie Abyss. They had it where basically it was a room and you had dive suits in it, and right in the center of the room was an opening that went into the water, and the people would jump in the water and then they swim out from underneath the building. I thought that would be a really neat idea and a good way to get into the water without having to break bricks or do what I did over there, where I had to place a trap door in the room I'm working on in order to be able to get to the outside. So that's my idea. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and if you think it's a good idea, let me know. It's something I think we could incorporate into this area very well, and heck, we may even do it over there on that corner as well. I think it would look really good in this underwater city. I mean, I think it's almost one of those things you kind of expect in an underwater city, a way to get into the water without having to go to the surface. So Let me know what you think. And like I said, as far as anything else you might think this underwater city needs, I mean, I've still got farms to build and all that jazz, but I'd love to hear your ideas of what you think should also be in this underwater city. Maybe a terrarium, something like that. Give me your ideas. Let me know in the comments below. I'll definitely take a look at them, and I'll take them into consideration. Who knows? Maybe your ideas will be placed in my little city here, my little base. So I'm going to continue on this. We got this corner, and this corner is still to do, and then I'm going to start trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these areas around the chest and this area right here, which is possibly going to be a door eventually. I'm going to get back to that stuff, and I'll be right back with a progress update as I get further along. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and this room is done. Now, a couple things I want to go over real quick. In this flat spot, I didn't do too much to it. I just added some stained glass panes to it, some light blue ones to, once again I said, offset this dark blue glass, just to give it a little extra color in this room. The anvils turned out great, something you don't see very often for the simple fact that it's very iron intensive, but I think it looks great. It gives it a little more character in this room. I didn't do too much on this area because I did not want to pull away from the details of these corners. They look very nice in here. A lot of the things in here, I'm sure y'all have noticed, are off-centered, and honestly I think it builds character. I really do. Not everything's going to be perfect, but as long as it looks good, that's all that matters, right? One thing I did notice, I did not include a lot of wood in this room, but once again, it's an iron farm. The only wood in here right now is those signs and that spruce fencing right there. Where I continued it into this area right before I cut it off. So you can see I carried the path down the pattern all the way to here, and did this little piece right here. So room is done. Let me know what you think. I like it. That's my opinion. I think it looks great. But I like to hear comments from my viewers as far as what they think on these builds here. The next thing in order before we end this episode today is going to be, what should we do next? That is a comment I'm throwing out to my viewers. What should we do next? We've got a hallway to fix. We've got a center area that I haven't even taken the sand down on. What ideas do y'all have for me? Obviously I have my own ideas. I have, farms that need to be built. I've got all kinds of plans, but I'd like to hear from my viewers of what they think should happen next, or what we should build next, what you'd like to see. That's what I would like to hear. So definitely leave me a comment down below. It's always nice to see comments from my viewers, especially the compliments I get when they like the way something looks. It's always nice to see that information as well. As far as these sand walls, that may be an episode here pretty soon. I have an idea of what we're going to do. It's going to kind of carry on with what's over there in those places. Let's drop down here. One last thing I do want to point out before we go is this. I've got a little surprise here. Let me get over to it. It's over here. It's in one of my project shulker boxes. I set it aside just for the end of this episode. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have enough iron for a full beacon and then some. So with that being said, we will be scheduling a wither fight. I've had a few people offer to help me with the wither fight so we can actually do it the correct way rather than doing it the cheaty way. But here's my 3 skulls ready to go, and we're going to be scheduling that here in the next episode or 2. So I'm excited for that. But that's all the time I've got for today. I really appreciate you joining me today, and thank you for watching my episode. Once again, if you like this episode, please leave me a thumbs up. If you love this episode or if you love my series, please make sure you subscribe. It's always nice to see when I get a new viewer subscribe or when I get a thumbs up. Once again, this is Nieblue. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I want y'all to have a good day or a good night, and we will see y'all later.